Good afternoon, everybody. It's RT here in the lab on a Monday that is looking more bullish than last Monday. That's right. Bitcoin just confirmed bullish market structure on the daily last night into the weekly close and has started the week off with a nice green candle despite a nice little throwback dip here. If you zoom in nice and close, you can see that little wick down right onto the 12 EMA. What I'm watching for this week is to see continuation up into this range. Remember, this little range has its own levels, fib reload zones, and this will be an area to watch for. What is price going to do up here at 54, 53, 55, all these levels? That's what the sort of next battle zone is in my mind. And if you zoom in here, you can see a slightly different view. Basically, you've got chaos, potential reversal areas up here mixed with fib extensions. So I really want to see what's going to happen when we get up into this short reload zone, which is the local area for continued consolidation, if we were to see that, or is it just time to party? Last time we had a nice big drawdown. There was 3 little legs to it, and then it didn't really confirm that it wanted to reverse until breaking up from here. That's sort of what just happened. So that's pretty exciting. We got more news about companies buying more Bitcoin now in China, other countries. You know, things aren't really slowing down despite what the last 2 weeks would have us think. And that is pretty much part and parcel for how bull markets work. They'll bore you to death in certain parts, convince you that the right thing to do is to sell your coins and get them back cheaper out of regret for not having sold the top. And meanwhile, the market quietly will reverse gradually, suddenly, and then it'll be off. That's just my, that's my assumption right now. That's what I'm operating under. Can't guarantee a damn thing, ever. If you guys like this channel, if you're enjoying what I'm doing here today, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe. Always appreciate that kind of stuff. Helps us grow the channel, spread the good word, and shows that you support us. Now, Ethereum. This is an old chart I've been watching basically back through January on Ethereum, and I was using it to model the reload zone, which was a really nice tool to basically pick up juicy bids all the way up through that trend. Now, zoomed out here, you can see all of this was really on this old chart. I mean, pretty clean stuff. Back down through the trend line. These are all old lines. Right down under this SR level. Really nasty dip through here. For someone watching this closely, might have been inclined to sell that. Clearly a bit of a shakeout there. Not a ton of volume, but we've reclaimed it, double tapped it, and now we're moving. Now, you may have heard of EIP-1559, and that is an Ethereum improvement proposal. Okay, now that is something that is going to be up for debate. It's going to be hitting news. It's going to be contentious. A lot of miners that are not agreeing with it. A lot of miners, or a few miners that are. And for now, it's bullish because what it would do is it basically take a lot of the fees or all of the fees from the Ethereum network and burn them instead of awarding them to the miners. And it would also smooth out the general fee curve. There's a really good video in the description today from Fine-Matics. You can check that out. It does a full whiteboard breakdown if you'd like to learn more about that. I'm more interested in what it's going to do for price. Now, I think it's breathing life back into Ethereum here. We saw over the weekend some really nice bullish divergences forming right as Bitcoin was sliding into this reload zone. And we had the breakout, I believe it was Friday night, that cute little breakout coming up, retest and go. So I've been starting to load back into my Ethereum through this over the weekend. One of the ways that I am getting that exposure is through spot, obviously, first and foremost. A little bit of a futures long going on Binance Futures. And then also I've been looking at this ETH Bull token on FTX, which in theory gives you 3x exposure to Ethereum when you pick it up. So it costs $4,900 right now. And if ETH moves up, this should move up at 3 times the rate, and it goes both ways. Now, there's been a lot of debate here around some kind of decay on these coins. I find the FTX ones are fairly reliable. Don't really trade them that often, but I did pick some up over the weekend. Slowly but surely, they're moving along. I think I picked up around 4K. The best, safest, smartest way to gain exposure to a coin is to simply buy and hold the coin itself, of course, off exchange, in a wallet, well secured. None of this is financial advice. I am simply sharing what I am doing here. I have lots of long exposure to Ethereum. It's interesting how quickly people were ready to write it off. The fees were too high, this and that. But with this new sort of announcement coming up, and that's slated for July, which is a date that was picked sometime and released sometime over the late last week, I think that's going to breathe new life into it here. Interestingly, right as some TA targets, I mean, this is all just pretty normal stuff for price action. I love when I see narratives emerge right at that opportune moment where you can't even tell, was it the narrative that changed or was it just normal TA? I don't know. Bitcoin dominance is maybe starting to roll over here, which is something we've been waiting on, and that would happen as a result of the ETH BTC pair. Remember, that is the thing that really moves Bitcoin dominance in earnest. So I'll be keeping an eye on that this week. If Bitcoin dominance can break below these lows, we are going to see probably some fairly explosive moves in alt Bitcoin pairs. And with Bitcoin moving up as well, this could be the making of a really nice next leg in the bull. But for now, we are still just part of this range. Not getting too excited. I am positioning myself back into my spot longs so that, if we do get up there and then just continue, I don't feel like I have to buy that breakout. I can start buying early in the reversal signs so that my risk is lower, potential reward is higher, all that good stuff. Altcoin perps, just kind of consolidating as expected after this big smackdown, bouncing around through here. And alpha is another one I've been looking at. It may be dripping out through the pump chaser zone here. Didn't really get any follow-up that I was looking for. So I am going to be reducing my alpha position here, likely to look down here into this Wyckoff throwback, looking at this reload zone. Speaking of the reload zone, the next tutorial video that I'm going to be doing this week is based on this reload zone. You see these green, pink, and purple bands all over my charts, and I'd like to try to walk through them with you guys this week. So keep an eye out for that video on the channel, and we'll be back on Wednesday for DeltaFi with the whole crew, and I'll be on Friday live at 3 p.m. for Hxro Labs Live. You can follow me on Twitter at randomtask555 or follow our account at Real Hxro Labs. Until next time, guys, whatever you do, always play from a position of strength. Take care.